Hi, I'm here with Pat from Sing It Loud. Okay, how did you all meet up and start the band?
Well, pretty much, me and Kieran were in two bands that were from like the Minnesota area, and we were kind of from southern Minnesota, and they were from northern Minnesota. We were kind of rivals, you know. We didn't really like each other very much because we were both popular in like opposite sides of the state. And you know, I found out later, like through a bunch of marriages and divorces, that Kieran was kind of like oddly related to me, like he was my step cousin. So we were like kind of like frenemies, you know. So then I was like, man, we should probably like hang out or something, or get along or something now, you know. So then we started talking and we started being friends, and like we decided that like if our bands ever broke up, that we'd join forces and start a band together. And that's exactly what happened. And then we knew like Nate and Ben and Sick Boy from like other bands too. So that's how we found them. So just networking,
Yeah.
playing in bands when we were younger and stuff.
Okay.
So
So your first full length, Come Around, just came out.
it did.
So what has been the most exciting part of that whole process?
I think that the most exciting part of the process was definitely going with my grandma to go buy the CD, and she like freaked out, and it was just like super fun. Like, you know, it's like always something I've dreamed of, is to be able to walk into a Best Buy and like pick up like our own CD, you know,
Okay.
for sure.
What song or songs stand out the most to you on the album?
Well, I think my two favorite songs are the two last songs on the album, and they're called Fade Away and Best Beating Heart. And those are my favorite songs because like me and Kieran, we kind of write all the music together. And those were two songs that I pretty much wrote all by myself. So I kind of hold them a little bit closer than the other ones.
Okay. So you invited the fans to participate in the No One Can Touch Us video?
Yeah,
How was
for
that?
sure. It was so fun. Like, it was really scary because we only had like a week. No, not even. We had like 3 or 4 days to promote it. We didn't think that that many people would come out to it, but it turns out like there was like 200 extras. And then like at the beginning of the day, like it was like pouring rain and like lightning and thunder, and we were like, oh crap, like this is like an outdoor video. It's gonna turn out terrible. But then like right as everyone showed up, it was just like sunny. It was perfect weather like for the rest of the day. So it was really cool. It's very exciting.
Have you had any embarrassing moments on stage?
Yeah, actually I had one last night.
Yeah.
My most embarrassing moment ever. We have like these things, and like bands call them ego boxes, and they're these boxes that I like. You ever see bands that have them, like they stand up on them and they play and like get the crowd to cheer? Yeah, well I stood up on one last night, threw my guitar behind my back to like get the crowd to clap, and I was stepping off it, and I literally slipped and I tripped on the monitor. I fell down both monitors in the front, and then I knocked over my microphone stand. And the last thing I remember was just like looking up at the ceiling in the middle of summer last night. So I had to stand up, pick up my mic stand, and finish the song, and it was just terrible. So if when you get home, you should search Pat Brown falling, and you'll probably find it. It's so embarrassing.
Do you bring anything of sentimental value with you on tour?
Really the only things I bring on tour are my MacBook, my iPhone, and my backpack, which is like filled with my toiletries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's really the only things I bring. I don't really have anything that's sentimental value.
So if you were talking to someone who had never heard your band before, how would you describe Sing It Loud?
I would say we sound like if you were to take the All American Rejects, the Starting Line, Motion City Soundtrack, and the Early November, combine them all, throw them in a blender, and turn it on. That's what I'd say.
I like that. Okay, this is the Halloween portion of the interview.
Awesome.
What has been your favorite Halloween costume?
My favorite Halloween costume, I was Eric Cartman one year from South Park, and that was really fun.
What's your favorite kind of candy?
My favorite kind of candy, they're called Sours. They're a Mike and Ike product, and Sour Skittles.
And if you had a pumpkin right now, what would you carve?
I would try to carve my face in it, but I probably wouldn't be able to.
Alright, we have some fan questions that they sent in.
Okay.
Paige wants to know how you came up with your name.
Well, the name actually of our band has been like really the hardest part of like being in the band in general, because like we recorded our full first EP, and like we had like artwork ideas, and like we were starting to book shows, but we didn't have a name for our band, so like we couldn't figure it out, and like we didn't want to name it something lame, you know.
Yeah.
So then we had a song called Let Yourself Go, that you can't find on any of our Epitaph releases, but it's on like, if you look like Sing It Loud EP, like you could probably find on LimeWire or something. It's like really old. There was a lyric in the bridge that said "Sing It Loud," and we really liked that lyric, so we stole it and changed it to out. So it said "Sing It Loud." So we kind of stole it from ourselves.
Okay. Monica wants to know what's your favorite fast food restaurant.
Burger King.
Okay. Christina wants to know what is your favorite kind of popsicle, red, orange, or purple?
I don't really like popsicles, but I prefer the, what are they called, the freezies?
Yeah.
Like, but I'd have to say blue would be my color of choice.
Okay.
Was that one of them?
No, she only gave us red, orange,
Oh
and
man,
purple.
okay, red, orange, okay, purple. Purple's
Okay.
close enough.
And Tess wants to know which band or musician is your guilty pleasure? No Cobra Starship, pun intended.
Probably Miley Cyrus. My guilty pleasure.
It's a good one.
Yeah. But it's not really a guilty pleasure because I'm not embarrassed to say it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that is it. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
She says I've got the best beating heart in the world, and it makes her want to tour around until she hits